Namaste and happy Monday to you. This is your weekly reminder to show up with discipline and dedication in all you do, but hopefully on your yoga mat as well. Remember, our yoga practice is all about moving energy. When we don't practice, that energy becomes stagnant. So here's a quick look at some of the new classes we're launching this week. So this afternoon we've got our 4:30 focus, that will be with me. And then Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, if you are one of the early birds, we are launching a 6 a.m. flow. And Tuesdays 4 p.m. we are introducing a move class with Doug. So this is going to draw on some of the practices from Bookamat, Qigong, nice functional conditioning into your body. So get your booking in for that. Then we're also launching our slow yin class Thursday morning 7:30 with Lee. And that will lead us straight into a 9 a.m. TLC class, Tender Loving Care Gentle Yoga with Lee. We also on a Thursday have our 4 p.m. focus. And remember, on Fridays we have our pranayama breathwork classes that we are introducing. So I'll also include the standard schedule in our PDF. So have a look on Bookamat and get your classes booking. This month we'll also be launching the first of our Shala Sessions, and this is going to be a series of different topics, workshops, things to take our practice a little bit deeper. So the first one for this month, we're going to focus on Ayurveda. Now, Ayurveda is a very detailed system of health and well-being. It is considered the science of life. So about 5,000 years ago, very enlightened yogis and rishis discovered the secrets of lasting health. And that was done through deep meditation, observation, and practice. In Ayurveda, there's essentially this belief that health can only be achieved if we find that balance between mind, body, and soul. And not just finding that balance, but maintaining it as well. We are ultimately a reflection of our environment, and with conscious awareness, we can transform our personal health. So in this workshop, we're going to unpack some of the specific guidelines, the rituals, the practices, each unique to our own individual constitution, to help bring a sense of balance, and at least to find out quickly once we find that balance is no longer maintained. Now, the science and the knowledge of Ayurveda was so profound for its time that it's only really now that modern science is starting to catch on to the many benefits of this practice. If this interests and excites you, sign up for our first Shala Sessions Intro to Ayurveda, which will take place on Saturday the 19th of February. Remember, Shala members only pay 150 Rand. The standard price is 200 Rand. And you can have a look on Bookamat for all the booking, ticket checkout, everything like that. Alright, so that's all the updates from the Shala. Then I want to leave you with something that I read over this weekend from a book I'm busy with, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And I've mentioned to some of you in class about this book, but I just want to share something that really stood out for me, and maybe it resonates with you for your week ahead. In this chapter, he talks about removing our inner thorns. So he starts with, in order to grow, you must give up the struggle to remain the same. We normally attempt to solve our inner disturbances by protecting ourselves. Real transformation begins when you embrace your problems as agents for growth. Now, he gives an excellent example. Let's say you have a thorn stuck in your arm. It's quite deep and it's touching right on a nerve. So anything that rubs or touches your arm causes extreme pain, and this is a serious problem. It's difficult to sleep because you tend to roll over it. It's hard to get close to people because they can bump into it. Literally everything in your life is affected by this thorn in your arm. You can't go for a hike in the woods at the risk of this thorn rubbing up against your arm. So the first choice as you look at this situation is to make sure nothing ever touches this thorn. The second choice is to decide that since it's so disturbing when things touch this thorn, is to take it out. But believe it or not, whatever decision you make will affect the course of the rest of your life. So now you contemplate, all right, what if we explore the option of leaving this thorn in? So that means a number of things in our life needs to be rearranged at the risk of something potentially touching this thorn. So if you want to go for a walk, that means clearing out the path, thinning out some of the shrubs, the tree branches that can bump into your arm. Since you roll over your arm at night, you have to come up with a solution for when you sleep as well. So perhaps you devise this apparatus that prevents you from bumping your arm at night. If you really put a lot of energy into it and your solutions seem to work, you would think that you've solved your problem. Maybe you say, I can sleep now, and guess what? I got to go on TV to give a testimonial. Anybody who has this thorn problem can get my protective device, and I even get paid royalties. So now you've got your whole life built around this thorn and you're proud of it. But now you have a new problem. You fell in love. This is a problem in this situation because you can't even hug this person. So you design another kind of device that allows closeness among people without actually ever touching it. So eventually you decide you want a bit more mobility without having to worry about the thorn anymore. So you make a full-time device that doesn't have to be unstrapped at night or changed over for hugging and other daily activities. But it's heavy. So you put wheels on it. You control it with hydraulics. You install a collision sensor. It's actually quite an impressive device. But of course that also means you had to change the doors in your house so this device can move in and out freely. But you can live your life now. You can go to work, you can go to sleep, you can get close to people. So you announce to everyone, I've solved my problem, I'm a free being, I can do anything, I can go anywhere. This thorn used to run my life, now it doesn't run anything. But the truth is, the thorn completely runs your entire life. It affects your decisions, including everywhere you go, who you're talking to, and who you're comfortable with. It turns out that the life of protecting yourself from a problem becomes a perfect reflection of the problem itself. You end up so psychologically fixated on the problem that you can't see the forest for the trees. You actually feel that because you've minimized the pain of the problem, you've solved the problem, but it's not solved. All you did was devote your life to avoiding it. It is now the center of your universe. You see, we are all walking around with lots of thorns, touching right against the most sensitive parts of our heart. At any moment, something could touch them and cause extreme pain. You have the same two choices with these inner thorns as you did with a thorn in your arm. Surely it was obvious that you would have been much better off taking out the thorn. There's no reason to spend your life protecting the thorn from getting touched when you can just remove it. Once the thorn is removed, you are truly free of it. The same is true with your inner thorns. They can be removed. But if you choose to keep them without being disturbed by them, you must modify your life to avoid the situations that would stir them up and would trigger them. So this is what people do. They let the fear of their inner thorns affect their behavior. They end up limiting their lives just like someone living with an external thorn. So how do you free yourself? In the deeper sense, you free yourself by finding yourself. You are not the pain you feel, nor are you the part that periodically stresses out. None of these disturbances have anything to do with you. You are the one who notices these things. Because your consciousness is separate and aware of these things, you can free yourself. To free yourself of your inner thorns, you simply stop playing with them. The more you touch them, the more you irritate them. So what do? First part is we notice that we notice. Once you notice, you noticed. The one who sees this is you. What you are looking at is an object. The one who sees this is you, the subject. What you are looking at is the object. But the real question is, who feels it? Your way out is to just notice. Who is noticing? It can be that simple. We have a lot of energies going on inside. Wake up and realize that you are in there and that you have a sensitive person in there with you. Simply watch that sensitive part of you feel the disturbance. These feelings are just part of the nature of a human being. If you pay attention, you will see that they are not you. They are just something that you're feeling and experiencing. You are the indwelling being that is aware of all of this. If you maintain your center, you can learn to appreciate and respect even the difficult experiences. You can notice that you notice and just watch how experiencing, example, loneliness or sadness affect you. Does your posture change? Do you breathe slower or faster? What goes on when these feelings are given the space it needs to pass through you? So we become an explorer. Witness it, and then it will go. The more you sit in the self, the more you will begin to feel an energy that you have never experienced before. Awareness doesn't fight. Awareness releases. If you sit within the self, you will experience the strength of your inner being, even when your heart feels weak. The more you sit in the self, the more you will begin to feel an energy that you've never experienced before. It comes up from behind rather than in front when you experience your mind and emotions. And this is typically called Shakti Kundalini, that rise of consciousness, that awakening. Awareness doesn't fight, awareness releases. If you sit within the self, you will experience the strength of your inner being even when your heart feels weak. This is the essence of the path. This is the essence of a spiritual life. And once you learn that it's okay to feel these inner disturbances and they can no longer disturb your seat of consciousness, you will be free. Shala tribe, with that, I send you off into your week. I hope it's a beautiful, productive, and a mindful week ahead for you. So go book your classes for the week, give our Instagram pages a like, and we hope to see you on the mat real soon. Namaste.